Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, brave knights fought in a large arena to win the favor of the mighty and wealthy king. But unfortunately, they lacked ambition and wit to practice, and trained themselves to strive in remorseless duels and jousts. That's why a new profession was established: the knight manager. These managers take care of their knight, send him into battles and fights, and lead him on his hunt for adventures and fortunes. As a newly graduated knight manager, you need a knight first. Abracadabra! That was a flop. I'll try it again in a second. Abracadabra! Okay, that's better.
I am James and I will faithfully follow all your orders.
He looks pretty weak, but I think he's a good match for you. His armor and his sword look like they could break at any moment, but you can take care of that later. It's best if you give him a new, stately name first. Please say, set name.
To level up, you must gain experience points. You gain experience by battling in the arena. After leveling up, you gain a skill point in which you can put on a different attribute for your knight, such as strength, defense, luck, speed, or health. Each time you level up, it takes a little more experience to go up the next level. At certain levels, you unlock certain things in the game. We will go through the various levels it takes to unlock certain things and what they are. At level 5, you will gain the ability to enter the Dark Forest by using Dark Forest command. Before entering the Dark Forest, you must have silver arrows, and if you do not, it will give you the option to buy some.
Your knight received a letter from the king. The letter says,
Greetings. Dark forces are at work in the Dark Forest. My royal hunting company reports orcs in vast numbers. Even the traveling merchants avoid the forest and have to take long detours to trade goods with our kingdom. My attempts to clear the forest have been in vain. All items made of steel and iron, such as swords and armor, glow red hot with heat as soon as my bodyguards enter the forest. A direct battle against the orcs is therefore impossible. My seer believes, the dark magician Azrael has cursed the forest to cut off our supplies. Only items made of silver and thorium seem to be able to defy the curse. There's a rumor that a crook in the tavern has silver arrows. Please, collect arrows, and go hunting in the Dark Forest to eradicate the orcs from our kingdom. Sincerely, your king.
your warrior unlocked the Dark Forest.
At level 10, you unlock the Mailbox. The Mailbox is where you can receive gifts and letters. Simply say Mailbox to get to it. Also at level 10, you unlock the Dark Tower. Just say Dark Tower to get to the Dark Tower. In the Dark Tower, you will climb the floors of the tower, defeating minions and bosses along the way, trying to get to the top to fight Azrael. We will go further into the Dark Tower at a later date.
The king is very concerned. Far to the freezing north, his scouts have discovered a huge dark tower between ice and glacier. So the king sent 100 knights to find out what's going on there. But only one knight returned.
It's horrible. An evil sorcerer is preparing an attack on our kingdom. We must stop him.
Go to the Dark Tower, fight your way to the top, and defeat the evil wizard to prevent a war in our peaceful kingdom. He has opened the gate to the Dark Tower.
At level 15, you unlock the Arrow Factory, where you can go and exchange servants to Bridget, who would try to toughen them up and make them into arrow makers. We will go more into the factory at a later date.
Due to the increased demand for silver arrows, an arrow factory has opened in the village. The factory is run by Bridget, a delegate of the king. The factory has full orders and not much time for the little guys. This is due to the needs of the Royal Hunting Company.
Hello, nice to meet you.
However, she agrees to train servants in arrow making. The training to become an arrow maker is hard, and the servants are usually not the brightest. Since these domestics are new to this type of work, so it happens unfortunately that many of them, by handling heavy tools, and in search of feathers, fail to complete the training. Very few serfs will have what it takes to be an arrow maker. However, the effort can be well worth it. Each arrow maker produces per hour 1 silver arrow for you.
After reaching level 20, you will unlock the Hunting Lodge. At the Hunting Lodge, you can buy skills and bonuses to better help your knight hunt in the Dark Forest. You can also buy silver arrows.
There are whispers in the streets. A member of the hunting company was violated. Constantine wanted to distinguish himself from the other members of the company considering he did not agree with them. So he left and found a nice lodge. For his purposes he even used the forbidden, dark powers. Silently and quietly, in his lodge, he learned unimaginable skills with which he was able to take out whole armies of orcs. However, when he applied his learnt skills for the first time in the presence of his hunting brothers, it caused fear and distrust rather than recognition. It was feared that Constantine was another of Azrael's tricks, and it was decided to put an end to it as a precaution. But thanks to his new skills, Constantine was able to escape and has been hiding in a small lodge, hidden in a small dark forest clearing. He secretly teaches fearless knights to use various variations of his skills. By the last successes in the Dark Forest, the king seems to let him get away with this for now.
After reaching level 50, you unlock 2 separate things. First things first, trading. Trading sounds exactly what it sounds like. You can trade with another player many various different items. You also unlock at level 50, Order. You will be placed in an order, either Meridian, Lazarus, or Merciful. Upon being placed in the order, you can then help fight in the arena for order points, which contributes to the overall victory of a particular order. So the more order points you gather, the more you'll be helping your order to gain victory. You also will be able to participate in province battles and help your order fight for one of 4 provinces. You will also be able to visit your order's hall, where you can donate to the School of Servants, the Shrine of Luck, and Monument of Haste to better outfit your knight with better attributes. At level 60, you unlock the Workplace. The Workplace has 2 separate sections, the Workbench and the Cooking Pot. At the Cooking Pot, you can craft various recipes to make things to help your knight and increase certain attributes either in the arena or the Dark Forest. At the Workbench, you can craft various items to help you on your journey, such as thorium spears, arrows, and more. At level 70, you unlock the Dragon's Story.
Many years ago, before the Age of Kingdoms, the dragons were alone, unchallenged rulers. People lived in fear, isolated in caves and ruins. Any brave knight who stood up to these monsters ended up as a pile of ashes. Attracted by gold and hunger, these magical creatures scourged humans for many ages. But one day, the humans formed with the orcs to end the dragon's reign. In a long war, with many victims, the new friends finally managed to gain the upper hand and finally defeat the dragons in a final battle. At least that's what they believed. As soon as the dragons were defeated, the greed for the treasures left behind by the dragons tore apart the newly forged alliance between orcs and humans. While the humans built kingdoms, the orcs retreated further and further into the forests, and finally, driven by hatred, entered into a blood pact with the evil mage Azrael. Today, a scout of the king returned and reported a dragon he claims to have heard in the mountains beyond the hills. As proof, he brought the king a dragon scale he found there. However, the king did not believe him, despite this proof. Full of panic, driven by naked fear, he locked the scout in a dungeon deep under his castle and ordered the city guard to stop any returning scout before he even reached the city walls and to throw him to the orcs in the dark forest. Be on your guard, manager. Great evil will come upon us.
Upon reaching level 80, you will unlock Dragon Rock. When you say Dragon Rock as the command, you will first be most likely presented with a woman who wishes to tell you stories. You can say yes or no to hear one or not. After this, you will have 3 options. To go to the mountaintop, if you choose this option, you can place gold on the mountain, and maybe with a lot of time and gold, you will attract a dragon. The more gold that is donated by knights, the more the possibility of the dragon coming your way at a certain point when the gold gets high enough. The second place you can choose to go is the dragon's nest. Yes, you may possibly, if you're lucky, be able to place a dragon egg in the nest. The third place you have an option of going to is the dragon's lair, where you can battle the dragon if it is in its lair, healing from its wounds. We will go more further into these various aspects at a later time.
The king has made a decision. The entrance to the Dragon Rock was blocked and strictly guarded for many ages, but now the king has opened the way again. It was not an easy decision for the king, for not only can dragons be fought at Dragon Rock, but they can also be attracted there if enough riches are placed on the mountaintop. According to lore, however, a wounded dragon usually retreats to the dragon's lair on the mountain to heal its wounds. If dragons really do infest our kingdom, releasing Dragon Rock is the only chance we have to perhaps protect ourselves from these monsters.
At level 100, you unlock 2 different things. The first thing you unlock is the ability to auto-fight. Instead of saying fight to your device or quick fight, you simply say auto fight and it will take you into the arena to automatically fight for you. The second thing you unlock is the ability to assign multiple points to a specific category after leveling up if you have at least 5 or more, which can save you time if you wish to assign multiple points to a particular category without having to say them individually each time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. I do hope you have enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below, letting me know what you think. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, may legends be born.